Hi, this is Rachel from The Healthy Womb, and I've been asked a question about whether you should chart your cycle using paper or using an app. Ultimately, the choice is yours, but there are a few things that I would consider first before picking one thing or the other. The first is, are you new to charting? If you've never charted before, I strongly recommend using a piece of paper for at least the first 3 months and learning how to record and interpret the signs of your cycle yourself so that you understand one, what you're putting down, and two, how to interpret it without influences from an app or from a user community. You may find that there are things that are easier to write on paper that there is no space or ability to note on an app. So that's number one. If it's your first 3 months, I highly recommend using a paper chart. Number two is a lot of apps have predictors on them. Now, as someone that teaches charting your cycle, whether you call it natural family planning, fertility awareness, or whichever method you've chosen, I'm a fan of understanding your body and looking at when your body is telling you when you're fertile, not when an app is telling you, because the number of times I've heard people say, I left it up to an app and it was wrong, is quite surprising. I know there are apps that insist that they're accurate and that they have so many successful conceptions, etc. But it's really important that if you're using an app and it does have a predictor on it, you turn the predictor off, because so many people follow what that says over the signs that their body has given them. And your body is the one that's the most reliable. It's just the learning to interpret it. And your body is never wrong. An app can be wrong. The third reason I say you should really consider this is I've seen a lot of blog posts recently, and I heard one podcast with Holly Griggs Ball, the author of Sweetening the Pill, which is an awesome book. You should absolutely read it. And she was talking about where apps are free and there is no paid version, and sometimes where there is a paid version if it's really cheap. Always think about where they're making their money, because all businesses do need to make money for their founders to make a living, etc. How are they doing this? Now, if something is free or extremely cheap, they have to make money somewhere. So, usually in that case, it's the consumer that is the product that is being sold. What this means is that any app that collects personal data, such as information about your cycle, when you and your partner are intimate, details about your periods, if it's a fitness app, details about your exercise, what you ate, your weight, your fitness levels. These are being collated. Now, you need to read the privacy policy of whichever app you're using to find out what is being done with this information. Are they using it to create an algorithm for a future product? Are they selling it on for other product manufacturers to use? Are they selling it on for medical research? Are they selling the data on to commercial companies for other reasons? Are they selling it on for research for something you don't want to be part of? So before you sign up to any apps, make sure you've read the privacy policy, and they should have one either on the app itself before you create an account or on their website. If they don't have a privacy policy, it is worth really considering where your data is, and if that bothers you. Now, if none of that bothers you, if you're happy for people to use your data about your cycles, etc., and it could be that the data is just simply mined so that when you browse the internet, if you're, say, if you put into the app that you're looking to achieve pregnancy and you're looking for your fertile times, you may find that when you go elsewhere on the internet that you're being marketed with lots of things such as ovulation predictor kits and pregnancy tests. So it's whether you mind that kind of thing, whether you mind where your data might end up. If you don't, that's absolutely fine, and you're happy with the other things, then continue to use the app. If any of those things do bother you, then it is worth investigating what your data is being used for and where it's going before you start using the app. Or if you're using one, then hold off and start looking at this, and you can even contact the company. And I was a bit skeptical of this, but I recently had an email from one of the app companies asking if they could write a blog on my website. And in the email, it said, we have recorded over X number of cycles and we have collated information from over 3,000 women over the last month. And it was only when I saw that it really hit home that all these blog posts and podcasts I had heard about people saying that their data is being mined really sort of hit me, that it does actually happen and it's being used somewhere. So I hope that answered your question. If you have any further questions or you would like to find out more about me or get my free ovulation and basic charting toolkit, then do come along to thehealthywomb.com and sign up there. Take care.